So anyway, hi, my name is Brian. I'm here with Dean. He's going to be doing a. It's not a speed run, is it? It's like you're just doing a playthrough of GoldenEye.
We're a little behind. It may have to be, but
no. You don't have to. Look.
No,
If we
no,
need to
no.
do like a couple of sessions, we have to do a couple of sessions.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, we're just gonna play the game on Double Agent, and which is the hardest difficulty. So we'll see how far we get.
For the record, I never played this game. Like I never played the story mode because I never owned an N64. And my only experience with this is when my friend would have people over and we would do like the 4-player death matches. And yeah.
Yeah, I think that's most people's experience with this game. Like that's what really made this game blow up was the multiplayer and how like innovative it was to have like a 4-player console FPS at the time.
Yeah.
But I would argue that the single player is maybe just as innovative. It does some cool things that some other games still don't do to this day that I really appreciate. One thing being really interesting is that you can completely like fail a mission but you can still keep playing. It doesn't actually like abort the mission. So you can just go around kind of doing whatever.
So they're not story-breaking or game-breaking missions that if you fail, it just ends. Like you just don't have that completed. Is that how it works?
Well, you can't beat the level, but like you can keep going. It doesn't automatically pull you out. You have to manually quit. So like if you wanted to, for example, like in the next level, you'll see there's a bunch of scientists, and you're not supposed to kill them. Did he go in here?
Yeah.
You're not supposed to kill them. One of the objectives is to minimize scientist casualties. But if you want to, you can just run through them and kill them all. You won't be able to beat the mission, but you know it still lets you do it, which is really fun. Like when you're playing with cheat codes and stuff, you can really just kind of like run wild and kind of do whatever. So we're playing this on the Xbox at the moment. This is the port that they released like a year or so ago.
Yeah.
So it's running in right now, and it's just displaying in 1080 60, but I think it can do 4K 120 on the Series X. And it runs really nice. It's pretty much exactly the same as the original. It's very faithful.
Yeah.
These are weird.
Explodey barrels?
Well, these are weird because that's the only spot in the game where they appear that size. Everywhere else that asset is used in the game, they're just like normal, like 50-gallon size.
Yeah. They did look kind of large.
Yeah, they definitely weren't meant to be that big. I don't know why they did that.
So is that quirk, they left that in this new adaptation. They didn't change it. That's what it was, right?
Yeah, they didn't change pretty much anything, which I really actually appreciate.
So this holds up. I mean, this is a pretty good port then.
Yeah, it's pretty much exactly the same. Just runs in 16:9 now, and a much better frame rate. Oftentimes the original would dip to single digits if there was like an explosion too close or something.
Yeah.
Something always like hard to get used to is playing it on a modern controller because
I was just gonna ask you about that. Yeah, the N64 controller was a beast.
Playing it on this controller, it really messes with me sometimes. But it does generally control well.
Yeah.
So this is another little weird quirk. These are all over the game. You'll see them all the time. But in this particular level, when you shoot them, they blow up. Otherwise, like they're indestructible. So it's probably like a weird like leftover.
Yeah.
There's also like this island way the hell out there that you'll be able to see. I guess before it was stripped from the game, you used to be able to go out there. Like took a boat, I think, from this dock and went out there and completed some sort of objective. But that was cut.
Yeah. Wow.
Oh, so you look at even in the same level, these are those barrels, but
yeah, but they're a lot smaller now. Yeah.
Yeah.
Zerank says, always pick the options for romance with Natalia. John, I guess are there romance options in this, or is he just...
No.
I was gonna say, like, this is before that even was a thing, right?
If only.
Richard says, it is the same team that made Call of Duty. I guess that's why it felt like a Call of Duty game.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess I don't know offhand the dev team that made it. I do know it was published by Activision, though. And I thought that they had used like one of the COD engines, one of the IW engine versions. I'm just not sure which.
You killing yourself, or is this the bungee jump?
No. Yeah, this is the bungee jump.
Okay.
I'm usually like so methodical and like quick with this, but I'm so like not used to talking while playing while playing this. So I'm going back and missing things. It's fine.
So like like I said, I didn't really play the game, but I've watched this movie like I don't know how many times because it's one of my favorite James Bond. I love James Bond movies, period. Even the bad ones.
Me too.
But this is one of my favorites. It's like one of the top ones, you know. And Casino Royale is also one of my favorites, which it's like a real shame because I thought Pierce Brosnan was a great Bond. And I thought that, you know, but he just ended up in bad movies. Like I mean, I like them all because it's James Bond. I just like him, but these guys are all waiting in the stalls to get killed.
They weren't even shitting, just standing there.
Yeah, they're just sort of standing there waiting for you to open the door up. Richard says, my grandmother took me to see GoldenEye. I thought GoldenEye was great. You know, when I would play the 4-player death matches on this, I didn't really care about the Oddjob exploit. I always played Xenia Onatopp. Always. So
for me, it was always a race to pick Bond. I'm like, I'm picking Bond. You guys get to play the NPCs that I bully.
I think GoldenEye is the best of Brosnan's movies. By far, but what's the one where he goes up against the media guy? I think that's a relevant movie. You know,
what were there?
The World Is Not Enough, I think.
There's the fourth one, right?
There was GoldenEye. There was, I don't know if it's in the right order, but there was The World Is Not Enough with Michelle Yeoh. There was the one with Halle Berry, which I think is Die Another Day. And then there was the one with Sophie Marceau. That might be The World Is Not Enough, actually. Tomorrow Never Dies is the one about the media mogul, the guy from the Xfinity commercials in Brazil. I forget his name.
I think that's the only one I haven't seen of those four.
I like that one. The one about the media guy, like I said, it's kind of relevant. Like because he basically like lies about everything to start a war so that he can profit by covering it. Yeah, it's totally like relevant. You know, he's like so evil. And but it was weird because they put Michelle Yeoh in the movie, and like they were trying to create romantic tension, but it just didn't. It just was awkward. You know, whenever they do that, it's awkward.
Something I really love about this particular level, which is, I guess, my favorite in the game, is you have to, on this difficulty, you have to find a double agent posing as a scientist, and he's going to give you like a decoder to get to the last room that you need. Yeah. And his spawn location is random every time.
Oh, really?
Which, yeah, which is really interesting. Oh, here he is this time. Really interesting when you're speedrunning the game.
Was this guy in the movie?
Just gotta wait for him. No.
No.
But no loose ends, so I gotta take him out. It lets me.
Yeah. That is interesting. I like how these guys didn't know that just happened. Like they're over there.
Oh yeah, there's a weird quirk with the AI in this game where they can't see you at all if you're not on the same altitude.
Oh.
Or if there's anything blocking them. So for example, like if the rail, like this railing was between me and them, they would never be able to see me, even if we were at the same height.
That's funny.
And these are gas canisters down here. In case you accidentally shoot them, these doors will refuse to open. It'll seal it, and then you'll just choke to death and die.
Oh.
Or just have to quit.
That's pretty smart.
Yeah, that's definitely his worst spawn if you're talking about speedrunning.
Yeah.
Because that is, you gotta wait through those two doors 2 separate times. It's a pain.
I hear a lot of people
in your run, you may as well just restart.
Yeah. LatQCD says, I've only seen Dr. No, but my favorite Bond game was probably Everything or Nothing. I don't know what... Is that I don't know that game.
That was also I believe that was also a PS2 era game. After the success of GoldenEye, we got so many Bond games. Some of them were okay. Some of them were
not
amazing. They had the one that immediately followed this, made by a different team, made by EA, was the World Is Not Enough game.
Yeah.
And I don't think that one gets nearly enough love. I absolutely love that game. I think it's great. Lat says pronouns loose/end.
Yeah.
Hell
Richard Keel, that's right, John Ford. Thank you. That's Jaws. He was in like, I think 3 Bond movies. He had his own little arc. He like ends up with a girl at the end, and like becoming a good guy. I mean, the actor is like the sweetest man like ever. They always are, right? Somebody in the chat says John Ford said I met the actor that played Jaws at Spooky World. I was reading that before my dog started barking at the maintenance guys. Lat says it was on GameCube, OG Xbox, and PS2. Oh, it's Alec.
Yep, he'll, yeah. The general will come in here and murder him in a second, and then I'll have to pop the gas canisters and dip out.
Can you kill him after he's done with the... I mean...
Technically, yes. He has a ton of health, but if you follow him throughout the level, you can actually kill him before he despawns.
Yeah.
And he's just gonna fucking body his ass. He's gonna come over here and like crouch or whatever.
Like I love that we had so little to work with. Uh-oh.
Oh, they were trying to really fuck me up there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you driving the tank right now, or?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. So little to
work with. The trajectory is kind of weird. It does not go where you're aiming, but I've played this game long enough to kind of know.
Yeah.
My favorite part is the squish sound. It makes like a squish and like a crunch when you run somebody over with this. And they like scream. It's a good scream.
Yeah, right.
In the easier difficulties, you don't actually have to destroy the turrets. All you have to do in this is just get the key and get the plane and leave. Which actually makes the ending cutscene kind of cooler because you see the turrets like shooting at you and stuff.
Yeah.
Lat says that's a good scream right there. Don't make screams like that anymore.
Yeah, they don't.
But also he says so little to work with and yet so fun. Yeah, you know what? Like, I think that was some of the magic about like game hardware not only being a little bit more primitive, but also being more unique. Now everything's just kind of the same. It's like, what's the difference between like the PS5 and the Xbox version? Almost nothing, right?
Yeah.
But back in the day, it was like...
I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Well, I was going to say, you shot at those barrels and they didn't blow up, but I figured you could shoot them to kill those guys, right? Or do you prefer shooting at the guys? Yeah. I
definitely could have, but it would have taken more shots to blow the barrels up, and like there's like a little bit of a delay in the explosion like triggering and then actually like doing damage.
Yeah.
So it's just more efficient to just shoot them directly if I can.
Oh boy. Whew. That was close. Yeah, I agree with that. Like, you know, when we had more primitive hardware, it was more of a problem-solving thing. You know, like there was a problem-solving element. Like, you know, a lot of people bring up the typical examples like Silent Hill, where they didn't have the draw distance, so they just made it fog, and it worked. You know, and now that we do have the tech, I think people are more likely to be a bit lazier, and we're just gonna, you know, make everything look good. I think that you can still use like better tech. You just need better art direction and people willing to use like more creative approaches. And maybe like they don't have to spend as much money, you know?
Yeah,
I think, like,
for sure.
the big AAA studios, they want to spend like hundreds of millions of dollars.
Oh yeah, that's definitely a rabbit hole I could definitely go down with.
Yeah, sure, we could. I mean, I've talked about it on my channel a lot, where you know you get like people like, for example, here's a thing. Speaking of Call of Duty, you know they hired like Kevin Spacey to be in the game, and that's kind of like where that's the stuff that really worries me, because it's like, you know, essentially they're making games into movies, and it's starting to already have that same kind of Hollywood, you know, like that Hollywood type of approach to creating this content. And I think that's a problem because like then you're going to get into a thing where the celebrity status is more important than the art itself or whatever. And I think that's already happened. I mean, voice actors are in Western devs, they're all like celebs now, right? They're like, you heard about that thing that happened with the guy that worked on Ghost of Tsushima? You heard about that? Or...
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, so like the voice actor for the main character in Ghost of Tsushima, I don't know his name. I never played Ghost of Tsushima, but I hear it's goated, and I want to play it. But he apparently went on a unhinged like screaming fest online, and naturally had a big following and stuff. And it was over the election, and I don't know. It's just like 10 years ago we wouldn't have cared what a voice actor for a video game thought about stuff. I mean, not to say they don't have a right to their opinion, but like we wouldn't have cared. But now it's basically they're like musicians, they're like Hollywood actors, elites, and they're just like sharing their opinions. Again, how did that not kill you? Oh, I see. Like the way he points his gun.
There's also no fall damage in this game in general.
Oh, really? Yeah.
I'm also tired of seeing actors in big games, and like they're not like making like characters anymore. They're just using actors, and it's not.
That's right.
I don't know. It just doesn't hit the same. And
there's no art direction. There's no creativity.
It's especially obnoxious when you see someone like an actor who's been in like a bunch of games. I don't know. It just kind of takes a little bit of the magic out.
Mm-hmm.
And even which is super sloppy because like this game sucks. But one of the newer Call of Duty games, not the newest one, which is Black Ops 6, but the one before that, Modern Warfare 3, reused an actress that they reused in 2 Modern Warfare games before that, the first remake.
Oh my god, he's dying so slowly.
For a different character. It's not even for the same character. So it's the same actress playing 2 different characters, like with her likeness.
Ugh.
In the same series.
Yeah.
It's like... That's such an egregious... I don't even know if I want to credit them enough to say oversight, but like... Jeez.
Yeah. So you're playing this on the highest difficulty. What does that mean? Do they do more damage? Do they take more hits? Are they spongier?
Yeah, so they take more damage for sure to kill. They do substantially more damage to you. And in this game, which is really cool, the higher difficulty settings have more objectives than the lower ones do. So if you want to experience the fullness of the game, you got to play it on hard. Which we are, so everyone's getting to see the full range of stuff you have to do.
Uh-oh, that guy looks important. He's just as dead as the rest.
Not anymore.
I saw that you shot a guy in the head just once, and it took him like 10 seconds to die. It was like, I had to watch him slowly.
Yeah, totally incapacitated, but like, yeah, totally incapacitated, but yeah, the death animations are gonna be very funny.
Yeah. I just watch old stuff, or even things that I never got around to, like really old films. Like I watched The Maltese Falcon, not long ago. Because I mean, there's lots out there. Westerns, I've been getting into those.
Yeah, I mean, speaking of Bond movies, I just recently watched Goldfinger for the first time.
Oh, Goldfinger's good.
It was so good. I was like, holy shit, this really holds up.
Yeah. I love how I love the old ones. Yeah, they're really good.
And it's like, do I even really need new media? Like, there's so much old stuff I haven't discovered yet. I may as well just, go back and discover it for myself.
No, that's 100% right. It's not only that, old media, but if you have a backlog of games and just play those. Did you kill him? Did you kill Boris again?
I did. Usually you get penalized for that. You get penalized for that when Natalia's around. She bitches about it and you'll fail the mission. But she's not around here, so, what she doesn't know won't hurt her, I guess.
But he'll be back in the game later, right?
Yeah, he will.
Yeah.
It's not like a canonical death. It doesn't even call him Boris in this mission. It just calls him Programmer. So whatever, I'll use the opportunity.
Norwegian says Chatelet. Chatelet, my friend. Chatelet, my dudes.
Oh.
Watching old
Actually,
movies.
unlocked the...
What?
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
What
I
you
just saw
unlock?
that new comment. I beat the speed run. So to unlock cheats in this game, I'll back out real quick. To unlock cheats in this game, you have to beat certain levels under certain par times. And I guess I unlocked it there for double agent. I didn't really mean to, though. But I always thought that was
there
a
you go.
pretty cool feature.
WU. Norwegian says, watching old movies is a great way to remind ourselves of what we lost socially. Yeah, you know, I've been saying for years that our culture has gotten very sick. And I think that people are starting to see it now because it's like really obvious. But I think it's been going on for a long time. So,
Oh, yeah.
Zerang says, something cool about Bond films is people can have their favorite Bond. Growing up watching Roger Moore, he's my favorite. Some prefer Brosnan and a lot prefer Connery. Yeah, I mean, Connery is the most popular probably overall, but I think they all have something different to offer. I thought the Roger Moore era was fun. No, don't shoot me.
You have to, like, come up to them and, like, stick them up, basically, make them raise their arms, and one of them will drop a key card that leads me to the next room. But sometimes they'll get away, and they'll despawn, and you're fucked. And so you have to... they run away, and they won't put their arms up. You have to take the risk and kill them, but if you kill, I think, more than 2, you'll fail.
Shall run the booty hole.
Absolutely. Oh,
Uh-oh.
he's trying to leave. Nope, he's staying right here.
You killed that guy, I think.
Nope, just a leg shot. Just a stomach shot for him. There you go. He raised.
He will die slowly, I guess. Or,
neither of them
drop
have
anything.
one? Okay. Maybe the store doesn't need one. I don't remember.
Yeah, I did, like, my wife and I, because again, she was a big fan. Hey, that guy's running away with a briefcase or something.
Yeah. It's fine. That's just I just gotta chase him to the end of the level.
Oh, okay.
If you can manage to kill him, which is extremely hard without cheats, he does drop the briefcase, but it doesn't do anything. So I think it was some kind of cut content.
Again, these guys, they all have Max Payne faces. It's kind of great.
Pretty revolutionary for the time, like to have like, these like face
I remember
scans.
thinking, oh my god, so photorealistic. Like, I remember saying that. You know, there was the other game that I did play a lot of too. Well, I played some of with friends. Was Perfect Dark, which was made by the same studio. You know, it's very similar, and you can make your own custom, like, you know, your own custom characters for that one. And my friend and I, we made some hilarious. I made like some like super Aryan guy with like a all white, and his name was Johann Strauss. Because you could name your guy, and it was just hilarious. Yeah, Perfect Dark was fun.
So you get like a
remix. Ooh,
like a month free of Game Pass.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he knocked me back into these that blew up, and that hurt pretty bad. Oh, that one just killed himself with the explosion.
Hostage escaped. Does that mean that you won?
That's a good thing.
Oh, okay, good.
Yeah, I need them all to escape. Critter says spliced run. I'm not playing that fast, Critter, but I appreciate that.
Do hit locations matter in this much? I mean, it looks like they do, but
they definitely do.
That's also like a new thing too. Well, at least for the time, right?
Oh yeah, seeing them like do a different like death animation, or not death, but like just like pain animation depending where you're hitting them and stuff.
Yeah.
And different damage depending where you're hitting them. I feel like that was pretty new at the time.
Gabriel Phelan Lucas says, I prefer GoldenEye to Perfect Dark. It's just more straightforward, and I find the objectives in some levels of Perfect Dark annoying and detract from the gunplay. I never played the story mode for Perfect Dark. So I only ever played like the multiplayer. The thing about Perfect Dark though was that broken ass sniper rifle that can shoot through walls. Everybody was, but you know what game I really had fun with, that I have a lot of fond memories of playing with friends? We had Quake. I think it was Quake on the PS1 or the PS2. It was one of those. I think it might have been the PS2. And it was 4-player death matches of Quake with the railgun. Dude, what a fun game that was. Quake was the shit. Time Splitters, that was the shit too. Yeah, I played the shit out of those.
I definitely missed out on those when they were new. I did play some Time Splitters though, like afterwards, and it's a very cool game. It's got a lot of personality, just like this one.
Very much. I like that. It's got like a cartoony style to it. Time to go. Oh my God! Did you see him adjust his tie? Such a pimp.
So starting with this level, sometimes I think there's 2 different levels, this being one of them, where you go back to ones that you were previously at. This is the same snow levels before, but as you see, it's all like red and spooky now.
Oh, they changed the, it's like they're reusing the map.
Yeah, some slightly different objectives though, and now the enemies just constantly spawn and just run at you, which makes it a little bit more challenging.
So you're saying you might die here in this one?
No, hell no.
Oh, okay.
Absolutely not. I'm sure some people may notice that I'm running diagonally a lot.
Yeah.
It's just kind of a quirk of the game. It makes you move faster. So like a speedrunning strategy on original hardware for like frame rate purposes, you would usually stare at the floor and like move diagonally, or sometimes into the sky. But yeah, when you combine like the 2 like movement types, you just move a little bit quicker.
Yeah. Just sitting in a room with no furniture, waiting for you to show up.
Just absolutely nothing, just standing there, just raw dogging that cabin. I don't think this one ever has anything. No,
it's like an empty
has nothing.
cabin with nothing in it. GoldenEye was based off Virtua Cop, but was taken off rails and became an FPS. Oh, really?
Yeah, I do remember hearing that. Yeah, this game came out like 2 years, I think, after the movie came out, and Nintendo almost canceled it because they kept changing directions and all this type of shit.
Norwegian says Underground 2 was the best Need for Speed ever made. All went downhill after that.
That's insane. It's definitely most wanted. You're allowed to be wrong. It's okay. Underground 2 is awesome also.
Yeah.
Those PS2 era Need for Speeds were amazing. So in the first version of this, you come in here, there's a console, and you power it down, and if you shoot it and break it, you lose. But in this one, it's the opposite. You go in here and you break it. If you try to interact with it, it'll turn on and be like, "Holy shit, you're not a Russian!" Like, and then the alarm goes off and you lose.
Great Endure says meaning H and D2, so that's Hidden and Dangerous 2, is a tactical shooter with slow gameplay but with cinematic music. I've been captured. Crosses arms, all despondent.
Norwegian says, I miss the days when games like Jak 3 were considered a bad entry. Did people think Jak 3 was bad? Oh, I've got the speedrun here too.
Jak 3? You mean like Jak
and Daxter? Like Jak and Daxter 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe at the time.
I remember not preferring it to 2.
Yeah.
I don't remember it being bad.
That franchise is kind of over. Hey, what's up, girl?
Yeah, this scene is always, I mean, this is like what passes for like a cutscene in this, or dialogue. But because as most people know, like N64 games didn't really have voices for the most part. Probably I think due to the cartridges and, like, storage limits.
Yeah.
But this part's always funny to me. It's like you know, they're talking about like General Armov or whatever. And then I won't make you guys sit through all of it. But then Bond goes, "Don't worry, like I'll get us out of here. Like I have a cunning plan." And he tells like the guard he's gonna throw up, and then it doesn't work, and she's like, "Wow, like good job."
That wasn't in the movie.
No, I don't think so.
Do you guys get brought before Mishkin? The I think he's like the Russian government aide. Okay. Yeah.
So I gotta grab that key off the wall with my watch magnet.
Judo chops.
Beat the shit out of this guy. And then there's like throwing knives down here and this like whatever the fuck this is supposed to be.
Random grate.
This mission can be a little bit brutal just because you start with like no ammo, so you gotta be pretty smart. It's like single fire.
Yeah. Can't go nuts. And this is the mission. Is this the mission that people often like make video essays about how annoying it is? Because Natalia is like, you have to escort her, or am I? I mean, I don't have a problem with escort missions. I know that they are often complained about. But...
It's super annoying, but the thing is like, it almost doesn't matter, because what I do is I keep her in that jail cell until
everybody?
I've cleared the level. Yeah.
and then you just walk her out.
Make her run to the exit. Yep.
That's a smart way to do it.
If you don't do that, it's very annoying.
Yeah.
The enemies in this level will definitely dogpile on you if you make too much noise. It's worse if you make noise as compared to like when they shoot. They don't notice it as much as you. Oh well, clearly it's fucked. But a weird quirk of this gun is if you're not aiming and you tap it, it'll like 3-round burst fire like that.
Yeah.
And if you hold it, it'll full auto. But if you're aiming and you tap it, it'll semi-auto. And
oh wow,
you know, full auto when you hold it. It's
firing
weird.
modes.
Yeah, but the thing that's interesting about it is if you aim and you just tap it like this, it actually seems like it counts like a suppressed weapon, and they actually don't hear it.
Oh, weird.
Yeah.
Critter says escort missions are annoying when your escort is slow or dies a lot. Otherwise, I think they can be fun. I think it's how you handle it. Like I think that some games try to like they get around it. Like they cheat with it. For example, The Last of Us, for example. When you're escorting Ellie, like she'll hide when you hide. But she'll never get spotted. Like even if sometimes she'll run right in front of an enemy to like go to wherever you went to, and they won't see her. So it's by default, you know, she's just invisible, and I think that's just lazy.
Yeah, it's a little immersion breaking.
Yeah, it is. I think it's lazy. I think that, you know, there's like better ways to do it, but I think they were just trying to avoid the whole, because there were so many complaints about it. I didn't play the remake of Resident Evil 4, but the original Resident Evil 4, when you're with Ashley. I think they handle it a bit better. You know, I mean, occasionally a guy will go grab her, and then you have to go shoot him, and you know, then you can like rescue her or whatever. And I think that worked. You can actually shoot her, right, and kill Natalia?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. Like how she runs. It's kind of manly. It's like.
Well, look at her. She's got like linebacker shoulders and like arms and biceps. It's weird.
I know they were going for the feminine at least, but yeah, Natalia's looking a little manly.
I think it's the same character model for everybody. So I think she's just like.
No, I think they like narrowed the waist a bit, but she's got some.
Oh, you're right. You're right.
She's got some shoulders on her.
She does have tits. You're right.
I bet
why would
they
go
one.
To the trouble of giving her those and then giving her
they
like
probably
like
have
Zach Thomas shoulders. It's weird.
Yeah, it is weird. It's like the only thing they changed was they gave her a narrow waist and like kind of skinny legs, but she's got like these. Look at those forearms. What the heck? Somebody's curling. Do you like 100%ing games like Resident Evil? Yeah, I mean, look, if a game is fun to play, I will probably just end up 100%ing them without trying. Like, I 100%ed Bloodborne because I had so much fun. And I couldn't stop messing around with builds and things like that, so. Zering says she's wearing poofy sleeves. I'm pretty sure those are traps and like you know, deltoids. She's got delts.
That may have been a Seinfeld reference. I hope it was.
Oh, the poofy sleeves. It might have been. Statue part. Oh, it's a statue of Lenin, right? It's Vladimir Lenin.
I believe so.
Yeah. Oh, this is where you meet up with. This is where you meet up with 006.
Yeah.
You have to kill all these people. That wasn't in the movie.
In Michigan. And the guy who plays I can't believe I'm blanking on his name.
Oh, Sean Bean?
No, Valentin Zukovsky. The guy who plays Hagrid in Harry Potter.
He's Hagrid, right. Yeah. I don't remember his name either. Good actor, though. It's on the tip of my tongue.
Robbie Coltrane, maybe?
Yeah, Coltrane. That's right. Yes, Robbie Coltrane.
I think he died like a year or so ago, right?
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
Sucks.
What's his name died recently too? Tony Todd. Do you guys know that? He's the Candyman, and he was in. There he is, Robbie Coltrane. Kind of looks like him too.
It's actually one of the better face models.
It is.
It's actually pretty recognizable.
It's pretty good.
I'm gonna make sure I shoot him right
Bond.
after he talks to me, though. And again, canonically, he doesn't die. So
yeah. Gabriel, well, because he's in a couple of the other movies, says most of the faces for non-film characters are just the devs, so you're shooting the devs. That makes sense because they do look like they are real people's faces. So, LackUCD says a game has to be really enjoyable for me to bother with 100%ing it. I'll also sometimes 100% a game if it unlocks the true final boss or level in a game. So probably with RPGs, that's like a thing. Can you kill the Lenin statue? Shoot his eye out. Fucking communists.
completely deserved. Morally justified.
Are those guys looking for you? Oh, I guess you're caught.
This is like the meeting place that we're going to.
Yeah.
On the N64 version, it's a little harder to see them. Like, you don't see them just like materialize right there. But,
yeah.
Oh, here we go. I think this is the only mission in the game where I get to use this power shotgun.
Bing. Are you gonna save what's her name from the helicopter?
Yep. Yep, we got to save her from the helicopter, find the flight recorder, or the black box when it pops out, and then get arrested by Michigan. And then the next mission is kind of a pain in the ass on Double Agent. I might actually die.
You didn't have to... Didn't they, like, use the ejector seat in the movie to escape before it blew up?
I think so.
Yeah, they did.
If I remember right, yeah.
Yeah, he had to, like, activate it with his head. No.
Yeah, they do crazy damage. Oh, there we go. That always spawns in a random spot, by the way. There's like 5 different locations in this area that can be in. Also a nightmare for speedrunning. But fun for variety. So now, don't shoot the guys with guns over here, or it's not going to go well for you. Just put your gun away and walk through the gate.
Norwegian... Or John Ford says... No, I'm sorry. Nobafan says, hot take, but in my opinion, the woman we rescued has a more gootable face than modern Mary Jane. Natalia, like
sad but true.
Shoulders and all.
Somehow a better jawline in this N64 game.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So these guys, like, you'll stay in here and there's dialogue or whatever. They leave a pistol and a magazine here for reasons I have no idea. But you can go smack them. You can pick up the gun. You have to get the gun and the ammo before they blast you.
Oh, I see.
But if you wait here too long, a soldier will come through and be like, "Hey, we got the order. Just kill him." So like,
are you waiting
best
for
to do that
the...
now. Well, they're interrogating me, but then like they'll come in and be like, "Oh, the order came down."
Because they left that gun on the table.
Yeah, not a wise decision.
So this is the difficult level, right? It's the one that's a bit of a pain.
Yeah, the enemies really pile up, and it's a real pain in the ass. Because you can't like shoot through enemies with any of the guns in this level, and so when they pile up, sometimes like they're able to hit you from like behind them, like each other, and you're not able to hit them.
They can shoot through each other, but you can't shoot through them.
Not through each other, but like over each other. Like they shoot from because they're animations, they shoot from like some slightly different angles and such. Oh shit! I don't want these. These are like you probably remember from playing multiplayer, like infamously garbage. They're the worst gun in the game. They were named after someone from Nintendo, which is kind of fun. Yeah, the Klob is named after Ken Lobb. I don't remember why they named it like that. And I don't know if it's an insult or not, to have it be that bad. So what are your thoughts on seeing this game's like campaign for the first time, despite like playing all the multiplayer?
I mean, I think it's pretty fun looking, honestly. This looks really good for its time. And you know, it's got the music and the idea of all the missions and everything, like the different kinds of, you know, objectives. Shoot down there.
Yeah, they have to get up to my level too, like because the altitude thing, like they physically can't see me.
But they're still programmed to run towards the stairs.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, they'll pass to me. But they can't see me until they have a like direct like line of sight on the same like height level.
And you can shoot through the railing.
Yep. Yep, I will absolutely abuse that AI quirk.
Why not?
It's only fair.
Nobafan says, speaking of uncompressed audio, apparently the VA for Fox McCloud hasn't changed since N64. The audio quality on the N64 was literally just compression. Why are those guns garbage? Because I don't remember. It's been a while.
Oh, they just do, their accuracy is fucking horrible. They shoot kind of slow for a full auto in this game, and they have the lowest damage of any gun in the game. So, when you 100% this game, meaning unlocking all the cheats for all the difficulties, beating the 2 secret levels, all this kind of stuff. Oh, by the way, Natalia will run off after saving her from that interrogation room. And again, there is a random location that she'll go to out of like a few that she'll pick. Another speedrun nightmare. Oh, here's fucking the best
What's
guy
his
ever.
Name? Yeah. Thanks for everything, Carl.
Thanks, asshole.
Maybe Bioshock. Yes, I have played Bioshock. He asked, have you ever tried something like Thief or System Shock 2? So no, not Thief. And I know you're talking about the original ones, not the newer ones. And I never played System Shock or System Shock 2, but I did play Bioshock and Bioshock Infinite. Ugh. And I think that I have all 3 Bioshocks, but I never played Bioshock 2. Soviet Santa. Yeah, there it is. Yeah. He doesn't bring you gifts. He takes your gifts and redistributes them. Carl, communism kills people. Carl! Mishkin, what were you doing in the basement? You were correct. Uh-oh. What happened?
Oh, no.
Oh, no! What happened? Did you lose?
Yeah, I have to restart now. Some asshole came in and blew that box up and killed Natalia.
I didn't know those Amazon boxes were, like, explosive.
Oh, everything in this game blows up. Literally everything.
Oh no!
Which was tough on the original game because it would tank the frame rate so hard.
Yeah.
Like even like this table, like the tables like blow up, the chairs blow up, everything blows up. Oh, that sucks. I gotta restart this level now.
They make everything out of nitroglycerin and they put it inside of a casing.
Lat says, all I want for Christmas is a new original N64 game. I wonder how the N64 homebrew scene is. I honestly don't know. I know NES and like Dreamcast are going pretty strong. I don't know about N64 though.
Nobafan says, seeing how much harder it is to emulate the N64 perfectly compared to the SNES, GCN, and Wii, it's no wonder, sadly. We're more likely going to see PS1 style games on PC for now. Well, they could look, yeah, the thing is, what was the technological differences? I know the N64 was a more powerful machine than the PS1, but I think it was like the main differences that I think was essentially the frame rate that it was capable of, and the resolution was a bit like there was something like these graphics. They're kind of like almost like airbrush, like smooth looking, you know?
It's the N64 uses like a very like I was gonna say harsh, but that's not the right word. A very heavy like anti-aliasing, which gives it like more of a smoother appearance. rather than like the PS1's like sharper and like more jagged look.
Now you just gotta hope that they don't blow up the boxes again. And you can't blow them up in advance or anything, right?
Not without killing
you could
Michigan.
kill Mishkin, yeah, because he's like right by them. So
I'm also super low. I think like 1 or 2 more hits and I'm done. Because I got really like stuck on those stairs earlier.
mm-hmm.
Did anyone ever play the original Red Faction? I did a little bit. I played 2 a lot more though. And I played that one when it was new and the multiplayer was very fun.
That was
I
the
did
one
not
with
play a
the
lot of the
destructible
campaign.
walls and stuff, right? Or am I thinking about something
Yeah.
else?
Yeah, that's kind of what that series got famous for. Alright, she's gonna get in here. I'm gonna close this door, and if I hear a door open, I'm just gonna start shooting.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, so anyway, I started blasting. PS1 also used to use a lot of dithering as well. Yeah, the Saturn even more so. The Saturn was worse at hiding it too. But you could see a lot of like checkerboarding. The shadows were very harsh. A lot of really good like 2D arcade games on the Saturn though. And with like the RAM expansion cart, well, some of those games even got more like animation frames and stuff like that, which is really cool. Like Marvel Superheroes is a
On the Saturn?
good example. Yeah.
Yeah, I have
that
that.
was
I
like-
have the Saturn with the it was like a 32 megabyte cartridge that you popped in it, and then you could play like, you know, Darkstalkers and X-Men versus Street Fighter and stuff.
Yeah, I think it came in 1, 4, and 8 megabytes, if I'm not mistaken. There's a, they sell like an action replay of it, which also allows you to do cheats or whatever if you want.
Yeah.
But these days they sell an action replay for super cheap, and it just like automatically detects like what RAM carts the game supports and just picks the best one, which is really nice. Just makes playing the Saturn a breeze if you're, you know, a millionaire and you have like US Saturn games because they're stupid expensive.
Nice jump. See that guy? Boing.
Holy shit. There we go. I could theoretically get to the level exit in this amount of time, but I can go over here and talk to Valentine again, and he'll extend the time for me.
NovaFan says, for N64, most emulator devs focus on Ocarina of Time and Mario 64, and it's good enough. Yeah, I've never played those games. I didn't have
You've
an
never played
N64.
Ocarina of Time?
Nope, never had an N64.
All right,
I mean,
add it to the list.
I didn't play that. I didn't play, what is it? Like, whatever. I think so I had a friend when I was in high school who had an N64. He was the only person I knew that had one. He had GoldenEye on it, so we did play that together. He had Mario Kart. We played that with a Mario Kart on the N64. I forgot. It was just, what was it just called? Mario Kart 64?
Mario Kart 64?
Yeah. And he did own like Legend of Zelda and some other stuff, but I mean, we were there for the multiplayer stuff, so that's my experience with it. But we
The
did
chat
play
is
Perfect
freaking
Dark.
out that you've not played Ocarina.
I know,
so you know.
I know.
Or Ocarina. Whatever.
I've never played Ocarina of Time. Critter says Brian has to play an Ocarina of Time and randomizer. I mean, I'm cool with like trying blind playthroughs. You want to subject people to Navi, Dean? Listen. I know that.
You know, Navi gets a lot of shit, but you know what's way worse is the fucking owl, okay? And if you try to spam B to spam through it, because he'll always say, like, do you understand what I just said to you? Like, are you dumb? And then, you know, the automatic default is, you know, like, yeah, I'm done. Like, if you keep hitting B to try to spam through it. So
Yeah.
he'll just repeat it again, and you'll be stuck in a loop. So you have to, like, actually be careful not to just be in an endless loop of dialogue. So I'm more worried about subjecting people to the owl than Navi.
So you drive the tank again. They know what people liked about the movie. Oh, smoosh.
Absolutely.
You can't just run over those cars?
I love... Oh, I can, but it'll hurt me.
Oh, okay.
They'll blow up like everything else in this game. Oh, I forgot. I can't reload while I'm in here because it'll make me hop out. This thing really enhances your health, though, which is nice.
The
You
tank?
can, you know,
Yeah.
no
One would
pun
hope.
intended. you can tank a lot of damage.
Exploding patio furniture.
And just running over the landmines and like don't even give a shit.
Oh, those are landmines? I thought they was like tables. It was like a...
You'd be right. I mean, if I were to run over some tables, they'd also blow up. So I mean, you're not even wrong. This was always a really cool scene. Like I'm not
movie?
usually like crazy, yeah, about like chase scenes and shit like that. But
no, that's a
the
great.
tank was
That's
awesome.
a great scene. That's a great scene. Wow, they're really going.
They're hammering me.
Throwing
yeah.
rockets and stuff.
Ditch the
Critter
tank.
says, "Why are you not inside the tank?" He's like popped out of the thing. So when you're popped out and you can use your gun, can you also fire the cannon, or do you have to go into the tank to fire the cannon?
I just have to switch to the cannon, like I would switch to another weapon. It's not as efficient to use in this level because there's all those civilians in red running around, and I think killing more than
walking
two of
away
them
from explosions.
Killing more than two of them will make me fail. Even if the bad guys kill them, it'll still like make me fail.
Yeah. Riding
Norwegian says
way,
one
yes.
wrong button click is all it takes to set the owl off. Yeah, absolutely.
I don't know what that is, but I guess I'm gonna find
from
out.
Ocarina.
No,
Oh, yeah,
I know, but I know that you guys are talking about the owl, but I don't know what the owl is.
Critter
Yeah, there's a
says,
lot of games I
Dean,
never got to finish that I wanted to.
Oh, the story of my life. Critter says, Dean, did you play Majora's Mask? I honestly like it more because of the mechanics. I did, and I like it less also because of the mechanics. I don't like the time with also, when I was a little kid, honestly, that moon freaked me the fuck out. It was super, super weird and creepy.
Oh, the big scary moon face that's heading towards the Earth.
Oh yeah, when I'm like 3 or 4, that's
yeah,
shit
that's like the apocalypse. I mean, that's that's terrifying. I'm an adult, like grown ass man. I'm like, why would you subject people to this? Like
it's so
crazy
much
moon.
darker than Ocarina. It's weird.
Yeah,
but it's definitely got its fans, and I certainly respect that. I'm more of a. I like Ocarina. I love Wind Waker. I love.
I like Wind Waker too. I didn't finish it, but I do own it. I like the art style. I thought it was really, I don't know. I just thought it was really appealing.
I agree. I love that kind of like cell shaded look.
Yeah.
People are very split on that game though to this day.
Really? Wind Waker?
Oh
wow,
yeah.
Dude, what is that? Like a robot? You got it.
A turret. It's just, yeah. That particular turret can see me very easily, like through the boxes, pretty much, and it's very frustrating. Because I took a lot of damage I shouldn't have.
Dean, what are you known from? I don't think.
I'm known from nothing. This is my first live stream, so
yeah.
Welcome to the debut. Otherwise, I make games, I play games, and I hope to start like a channel where I can make videos about games. So if you're interested in seeing what I have coming up, I just got to edit some of the things I've recorded. You can always sub to me at Sneedcola on YouTube or Twitter or whatever.
Yeah. Oh boy.
Oh yeah. And I gotta conserve ammo.
This is
for
the
this
train,
part.
right? Yeah.
Pistol. Yeah.
He's going to ram us. You haven't run into Zanya on the top yet, have you? Is she in this in the playthrough, the story mode? I assume you have to run into her at some point.
She makes her first appearance in this level, I believe.
Okay.
At the end.
That was Famke Janssen's first role that I know about, by the way. She went on to play Jean Grey in the X-Men movies.
Huh.
Did you not know that?
I don't think I ever realized that, no.
Shit. Yeah. She, in those old Bryan Singer X-Men movies, she played Jean Grey. That was the same... That was Famke Janssen.
Huh.
So these guys just spawn behind you? Is that what it is?
I think they come out of some of the doors there that I can't open.
Ah.
Yeah, they don't come out until I reach like a certain point, so that they should be in the back. But, they made me die on stream, so now I gotta be smart, and I gotta be cheap, and I gotta employ all the tricks. Here's Xenia, by the way.
Yeah, I see her. Her net shirt.
I just filled her full of holes, but you know, canonically she's not dead. So.
Well, you hit her boobs. Bulletproof. No offenses for anyone interested. JonTron got married while Destiny is still a cuck. Well, not
I saw that.
surprising.
Yeah, Destiny will always be a cuck.
Yeah,
He deserves everything that happens to him.
like I was doing for the It's Game Jam, which I'm
still
still
she
doing.
didn't do the password. No.
Oh no! Do you have to start over?
I guess.
Or is it just a failure? Brian, have you ever played any Super Smash Brothers games? Yes, I played the. I have the one on the GameCube, Melee.
Melee.
And I liked it a lot. And I guess there was one on the. It was like a Wii console. I don't know which one. Brawl. I played that one with some other people who owned it. I never owned it, but yeah, I played some. I liked Wario. I always played Wario in Mario Kart 64. I played Wario. I think he was on that one, right? Or was it Double Dash? I also have Double Dash, but Mario Kart.
I don't think he was in. I could be wrong, but I don't think he was in 64. I think it was Double Dash.
Yeah, I know he was in Double Dash, but I think he was in both of them. He might have been. But yeah, I played Wario.
I don't know. Okay. All right, this mission's a little tough, but I think I'll be okay. Now Natalia follows me, but she's kind of useful. Like, she's got a revolver. So.
Oh, good. Well, we're coming up on the end now. We can probably finish this with a good amount of time left. Let's say Melee had Majora's Mask, Young Link, Brawl, and after was Toon Link. Okay, so I know I did play Toon Link, but it must have been on somebody else's game. Lat says, Brian, Italian plumbers all look the same to me. Yeah.
That was way
except for Waluigi, he obviously stands out. When you realize that hell is just one long unskippable cutscene, that you know what, it's also has to have quick time events that are like impossibly difficult to do. That's like the bane of my existence. Like that's the thing about Resident Evil 5 that I hate are the quick time events. Least fun. I don't know how many times I had to hear Wesker tell me about how he was going to saturate the earth.
Is 5 the one where you play as the guy who like uppercuts the rock or whatever?
Yes, boulder punching. That's Chris Redfield punching boulders.
I've seen people shit on that, but you know I haven't seen it.
Dude, I think it's. I don't know. It doesn't bother me at all. I think it's funny. It's obviously like this is the thing about Japan that I think happened. Okay, Japan loves American movies, and at the time, like our movies were like cartoonishly over the top, like Michael Bay and shit. And I think it influenced what they do because they're such like they're so into American culture, and so they're like we're gonna reproduce that. And I think that's why like Resident Evil 6 was even Resident Evil 4, which a lot of people consider a darling. Resident Evil 4 does go a bit off the rails towards the end. It does go a bit off the rails. You end up on a military base and there's like militarized zombies or infected or whatever. You gonna blow up the bridge?
No, I'm gonna bait Xenia into coming over onto the bridge, and then I'm gonna use this to take most of her health away.
Oh, okay. So she's coming.
Oh yeah.
Ow.
If
how do we know how much health she has?
AI?
Oh yeah, right. Oh no. Xenia.
She has none now. Yeah, she was stupid hot in that movie. Like obnoxiously.
Yeah, she was. Yeah, absolutely. That's what put her on the map, I think. You know?
It's the only thing I ever really knew her from. I guess you told me about the X-Men thing, but I didn't even realize that. She's in the
X-Men movies. She doesn't look, it's not the same. She's not as hot. Because I don't know, like, I guess it was a few years later, or sometime later, so she was already starting to, like, show a little bit of her age. But yeah, and, like, the original GoldenEye, that was peak Famke Janssen right there. She was in a bunch of other stuff. I'm sure there are like cinephiles that can tell you what else she was in, but that's the earliest thing I know.
Is that the
her from.
hottest Bond girl? Is there a hotter Bond girl than that? I can't think of one. Off the
Okay,
top of
look,
my
I'm
head.
telling you, she's my favorite. That's why, like I said, when I play GoldenEye, I always play Xenia on the top. She was my favorite. Like, I don't even know if she counts as a Bond girl. Like, do the Bond girls are just women that are in the movies, or are they the women that he ends up banging? Because he doesn't end up banging her. He almost does, because obviously he can't.
They do that
he
weird
can't
like.
resist. Well, it's almost
That weird like
but...
half sex, half fight scene thing.
Yeah. Well, he's about to, and he was even ready. Like, well, I know she's my enemy, but I'm putting the gun down. And they start messing around. Then he realizes she's trying to kill him. She's like a sadist or whatever, sadomasochist. So honestly, and this might come across as like, I think that GoldenEye was trying to be a little bit more progressive. They were working within those limits of the 90s. Like, we weren't quite there. Like, the subversion wasn't complete, but you could tell because they made M a woman, which played by Judi Dench. And she immediately gives Bond a dressing down when they first meet. So they're trying to set the tone that, like, this guy is old hat, but at the same time, people want to watch more Bond films. And they were kind of shitting on the old Connery ones where he would be slapping women on the ass and, seducing his enemies.
That was the best part of Goldfinger.
That was, right. But that was it was a Pussy Galore, right? And
I mean, even then, like, he's at the resort or whatever, about to like play cards.
He's hanging out with that other girl, and he slaps her, right?
He's just like, take a break, sweetheart, and just slaps her on the ass. But like,
men are talking.
It's Sean Connery, bro. You can get away with that.
No, for sure. No, well, that's the thing, though. Like, they, at the time, I'm sure everybody was entertained. I know they were. I mean, people still talk about it like it's the best. He's the best Bond. But I think in GoldenEye they were trying to address it. That's why they made. For example, they made Natalia like a super intelligent programmer that like outdoes like the guy, Boris. So she's like the smart girl boss. And, Xenia is like the woman that basically has more sexual power than James Bond does. And that's what they were trying to do. But I mean, like, I don't care. Like, I think it was good anyway. But I could tell that that's what they were trying to do. Like, you can see that with almost every female character that appears in that movie. Like, Moneypenny and Bond have a conversation, and she kind of shuts him down. And then M, gives him a dressing down. And then, Natalia eventually, like, falls for him. But, it's on her terms. I would look. It's a good movie. I still love GoldenEye. But watch it again and pay attention. You'll see how they did that.
You may have surgically ruined that movie for me.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just. but look,
no, that's a great observation. I completely agree. Now that you say that.
Yeah, no, that's what I mean. That's why he doesn't. Because look, if that movie was made in like the '60s and it was like Sean Connery, he would have fucked all the women. Like he would have, and they would have been like he would have made Xenia on top. She would have been reformed. She'd be like, you know what? Obviously, I have daddy issues, and I don't deal well with pain, and and I'm gonna change. Like that's like Pussy Galore was the villain until she got to know him, and then she became a hero. And even then, and that's the thing too that people miss. Even in the '60s, they were trying to some degree, address like women as I don't know in like a different light because it wasn't Pussy Galore like the leader of like a special like cohort of like female spies and soldiers and assassins. Like they were already trying to do that back then, but it wasn't enough. And that's the thing about progressivism, like
it's never enough.
It's never enough, right? It's a constant like, oh well, everything that came before is obviously bad, so we got to do it again. It's like presentism. It's like, now we have to do that. That's why everything just gets worse and worse and worse. And when somebody says, when did this start? You have to like kind of shatter their delusion by saying, well, it's probably before you were born. And you kind of have to look at it that way and be willing to. And that's the thing, like I'm at the point now where I'm like, well, I can still enjoy things and also know that there's like subversive stuff happening. That's why when I interview you guys and I said, what is a sacred cow? That people are like, oh no, this game wasn't woke or whatever. And you can actually point to some things that are there that are like, No, this is obviously like the, it's like a step towards that, you know, like Baldur's Gate 3, like a lot of people will say it's a great game, and I agree, it's a good game in terms of gameplay and all that, but when you look
super
at,
woke though.
Yeah, it was super
Very
woke
subversive.
though. Yeah, it was like very subversive, exactly. And it's just true. And then the reason, like, we only have a Dragon Age Veilguard because there was a Baldur's Gate 3, you know, or Life is Strange or whatever. So, and I'm not saying those games can't exist.
Things. Yeah, no, for real. Yeah. No, I mean, like, these people have to do things like incrementally. Like, if they were to go full throttle from the start, people would have rejected them entirely.
Yes,
you know, it's a very long process. Like, if you would have had like the stuff we have today in like the 20s, it would have been wouldn't have went well for them.
Yeah, but the good thing is, if you know they're doing it, you can probably still, like, you know, have a good time with it, and the messaging will just, like, you'll be like, yeah, I see what you're doing, but I'm not gonna buy it, right? But I'm invincible.
Yeah, he'll pull a gun on you, and then you just come over and take it. Like, give me that shit, pussy. If you shoot him when he pulls a gun on you, Natalia says, I saw that on the cameras, you're a piece of shit, and gets mad and fail.
Oh no, we're breaking up. You killed a guy who pointed a gun at you.
The funny part about Boris is, like, in the movie, like, he's known as like a super, like, horn dog or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure the actor's gay.
Oh, Alan Cummings is so gay. He is very, very out. Also played Nightcrawler in the X-Men movies. It's another one.
Oh, holy shit.
Yeah, same guy, yep. He played
holy
it.
Shit.
What a waste of a character, though. Like, the Nightcrawler scene in the X-Men 2, it was X2, was really good. And then, like, he was useless after that. He just, like, just a dude in the background. Yeah, Bryan Singer's kind of overrated. So, yeah, for sure.
Norwegian says, this might be an unpopular opinion, but I say Skyrim should be on the wholly avoid gamer hell list. Everyone plays Skyrim at some point. I may be misunderstanding that. I'm not sure if that's a rebuke of Skyrim or an endorsement of Skyrim.
I don't know. I never played Skyrim. You know those Morrowind games, like that whole, like, Elder Scrolls thing for RPGs?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, I just didn't really get into it. I did play, like, some Fallout. I played Fallout 3 from start to finish, and I never played a Fallout game before that or after that. And I thought it was alright, but I don't know, like, that kind of RPG, it just really, I don't know, it just didn't really pull me in.
This part is a bitch. This is one of the hardest parts of the game. Because they'll come down here and they'll shoot her. She dies very easily.
Yeah. Oh,
and
she's just sitting there in the middle, like, she done?
Yeah, and this is a wide range to cover.
Yeah.
Especially with this this gun, it's not very accurate. This is like a lot of speedrunners complain about this section. It's a total bitch because it takes a very long time. So if you mess up, like, in any real way,
you have to do the whole thing over.
Like it's real pain to redo. You know,
do the guards prioritize you or Natalia when they come down?
It actually depends on where they're coming from. The ones that come from the top seem to prioritize me, and the ones that come from the bottom seem to prioritize her. I don't know if that's exactly true, but it's the trend that I feel that I've noticed.
She's so slow. Look at that guy sniping from way back there.
Oh yeah. I'm not doing so hot on the ammo either. Oh, fuck me. Jeez, hurry the fuck up. There we go.
Yeah,
okay.
I'm alright.
Alright. I don't want to jinx it. That went relatively well.
She's coming now?
You should be all done. And now they won't shoot at her anymore. So she's safe to go back to wherever she was.
Oh, okay. Well, that's good. Like, do they have any other classics on there? Oh, yeah, because they do own Rare now, yeah.
It was just, they've been trying to negotiate with Nintendo for, like, decades at this point to, you know, put GoldenEye on something.
Yeah, because they put that Killer Instinct game on there. That's right.
Yeah, they have the Rare Replay collection where they have, like, all the old Rare games, including, like, Perfect Dark and stuff.
Didn't Rare give us...
Perfect Dark coming out, too.
But Rare also gave us Donkey Kong Country, which I assume is not on there.
Oh, yeah. No, we're definitely not getting that. Or
It was a
Donkey
great
Kong
game
64.
though. Love Donkey Kong Country. Never played 64 though.
Okay, cool. That's probably the hardest section of the game.
Well, there
So,
you go. Gabriel
and
says
smooth.
Nintendo never had any rights to GoldenEye. They just threatened to cut ties with Activision to block a remaster of GoldenEye years ago.
That's lame. Yeah, I know they remastered it for 360 and they never got to release it.
Whatever happened to the? I remember there was rumblings of a Perfect Dark sequel or remake or something that resulted in like a jawed up Joanna Dark. But like, did that game ever come out or?
It's in production.
Oh, okay.
It's gonna be woke and lame. So I don't really care.
For sure. No, I don't.
And
either.
the new Fable is gonna be woke and lame. And I don't care.
Christ. It looks ugly.
I really like
shit.
the original Fable though. So
yeah, my wife liked Fable, the original one. Isn't that the one where you can like fart in public to like raise your hand?
Yeah.
And get into a small room and fart and become more evil.
I know. People kind of hate that game, I guess because Peter Molyneux like way overpromised and I guess kind of underdelivered on some of the features.
Mm-hmm.
That being said, though, like I was too young at that point to even be aware of that, so I just kind of played the game for what it was and enjoyed it for what it was. And at this point, it's like one of my favorites on the console.
Are you supposed to kill those scientists or?
No, he was a little closer to the blast than I thought he was. I want him to run off. I can injure them, I'm not supposed to kill them. I have to destroy the computer that he's next to, though.
Secret passage?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, there's a lot of enemies in there.
Yeah, they shoot at me instantly, so I gotta make sure I blow those things up and then get them out of the way. And this gun will penetrate some surfaces, so it's the best one to use for that, because sometimes I can shoot them through that and kind of get away without taking a hit.
Yeah, I don't like. Why hasn't there been anything like that since? Like where you have like a headset.
Oh, shit. Oh, that took a lot of hits. That's not good. I completely forgot that was there.
Can you get health, or is it just like?
You can get body armor.
Yeah.
You can never replenish your health. You can just add to like a separate meter.
Yeah.
But I don't think there's body armor on this level. At least not on this difficulty. On some, yeah, they change like whether there's body armor or not, depending on your difficulty. They make sure to make the game real hard. I'm not sure why the door is not open.
Uh-oh.
All the objectives are complete. I just have to go through that door, and there's a corridor past that.
Yeah.
And that's the level end.
What are some other fan servicey games, guys? I might not be able to play that many of them, but I know that Steam has a lot of like gooning games. I'm not trying to go that far. I just want something that's going to make
Steam
people
has
laugh.
some
I know they
crazy
do.
shit.
I know they do.
When I first started entertaining like playing like games on PC or whatever, like I saw those, I was like, no fucking way. I did not like. Firstly, like who makes this? Like generally, like who? Like could I even put that on my resume? Like, oh yeah, I made like, Giant Titty Simulator 5. Like I don't know. It's I feel like that's weird.
Yeah, no, it is. I definitely think it crosses the line. Probably just on my own time.
That's fine. All I had to do was go through that corridor, and that was pretty much good.
You did it.
But I don't know why the door was locked. I don't think I've ever encountered that, so I'm just going to skip it and get to the last level. It was the second last anyway.
Okay.
Because I know that
this is the last level. Yeah, I know we started really late, but we're good. We're good. I'm not going to be late to pick up my wife. She's going to stay a little bit later. So.
Okay, that's good. That makes you feel less bad.
Yeah.
KOTOR stream when? Oh, okay, that would be fun.
You want me to do that? KOTOR? But yeah, we could. We'll learn again once again what we have lost. They are remaking that, but it's gonna be freaking awful.
I feel like
there's a remaster coming out of that, I think.
like a remake. Yeah, I think that
Yeah.
project like switched leads a few times. If I'm remembering correctly, you know, I could be wrong, but that's not a good sign.
Yeah.
All right, so this level is very, very hard, but there's a trick to make it way easier. So he's level 6 is going to make you chase him around, and he's very annoying. And I'm going to do this so he can't see me. He's waiting there for me. He wants me to chase him all around, but I'm not going to do that. It's going to take longer. He's going to go up to the top. In order to trigger the end, he's got to be down at the bottom. So,
Yeah.
holy shit. So I'm going to go back around this way instead of chasing him, and I'm going to keep him at the bottom. That way he's much more likely to trigger the cutscene. He'll also drop grenades, so you can't chase him too closely.
The trick is don't die.
Yeah, don't die. Just get somewhere where he can't see you, like this. There we go. Dialogue comes up, and he'll say, like, from the cradle to the grave or whatever, and then the music will change. And that's how you know that you can run after him and then go get him. He should be over here now. Yep.
What do you guys think about... This is in my wish list. Metro Exodus. Never played it.
Did you play the other ones?
On it? Never played any of them. No.
You could get a Metro Redux, which comes with, like, I think they're like slightly remastered versions of the first 2 games. I think Exodus is the 3rd.
I see. Then there's a game called... I learned about this from a streamer, a guy who makes these videos about... Whoa, 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 don't die. Is that
wow,
006 right there?
He's hitting me hard. Yeah. He's hitting me. He got way more hits on me than I thought he would. He usually, like, you hit him once or twice and he runs off, but he didn't do that at all. He just, like, tanked them.
Oh yeah, so anyway, there was a streamer, he had this game I mentioned on the show before. It's called War of Rights. And it's basically like a giant... let me see, where is it? War of Rights. It's a giant multiplayer game. 350 player battles with a focus on historical authenticity. It's basically a Civil War fights with 350 people. So, you know, 175 players on each side. And it's a Civil War sort of like, you know, multiplayer game. Sounds awesome
there you
to
go.
me.
That sounds super cool.
Yeah. Let's see. What else? What do I have here that could be good for next month? Warhammer, Lacuna of Rice and Ruin. I don't know if that's... But yeah, those are some. I have a few here that I'm looking at.
Yeah, and there we go. Those are all the main story missions of GoldenEye.
All right.
There's 2 bonus levels, but we won't get to those today.
I miss the For England James.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see.
But you didn't miss the cutscene of Bond making out with Natalia for like 10 minutes.
Well, dude, what's the reward? I like how they're pressing their faces. Natalia's head is huge.
I was gonna say she has a bigger head and jaw than Bond does, actually. Holy shit! Was GoldenEye the game woke too?
No.
Is this game ruined for me now?
The actress did have a bit of a, you know, like the actress that played Natalia was less attractive than Xenia Onatopp, so I was like, look, I know she's supposed to be the Bond girl, but come on now. Xenia
I didn't think Natalia was ugly,
crazy
but Xenia
hot. She wasn't ugly, but she was like, no, not even close. Sorry. I don't know the name of the actress that plays Natalia, but I don't think she went on to do anything else after this. Anyway, Lat says, I don't always make out with hot Russian women, but when I do, there's metal playing in the background. Yeah, it's like rock music.
I do love the soundtrack in this game.
Yeah.
It's very iconic for me.